Hey everyone! It is the rundown for the week of January 16th, 2026. I'm Leah Smith.
And I'm Cade Kirby, and there's a lot going on around the school, so let's jump right in.
Hey Cade, did you know we're off of school on Monday?
Yeah, it's Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and Caroline Wolves gives us more about this important holiday and what it means.
Monday isn't just a day we get off of school. It's a day to remember how Martin Luther King Jr. fought for equality. I talked to some of our students and faculty to see their perspective on this special day.
Martin Luther King Jr. has affected me because without him I wouldn't have as many opportunities as I do, and I'm very grateful for that and what he did.
So MLK has actually helped me out a lot. Looking back a few hundred years, our race wasn't able to do a lot of different things that they are now and weren't granted the same or equal opportunities that they deserved. But MLK, he fought for that. Racism is still really strong today, but it's definitely not as bad as it was. You know, for instance, like black people couldn't come to Loyola, but now they're able to come to Loyola. You know, they couldn't use water fountains, now they're able to use water fountains, which honestly, we should have been able to do that originally. But MLK still fought for that.
The United States will celebrate Martin Luther King on Monday, and I think there's three things that we should pay attention to. Martin Luther King primarily was a man of faith, and through his faith he became a citizen of action. Three things that make him important. Martin Luther King believed in the dignity of all people, and that is because we are all made in the image of God, and that dignity would mean that you can't have segregation. And that would be very much like St. Ignatius of Loyola, that says really finding the dignity of in all people means that you're looking for God in all things. Secondly, Martin Luther King believed in solidarity, that we are supposed to stand with the people that are suffering. So he marched with the people that their rights weren't being respected, and that too would be like St. Ignatius of Loyola, who used education and said, really, our obligation is to be a man and woman for others. So you take your gifts not to serve yourself, but to serve the greater needs of the community. And then finally, Martin Luther King and St. Ignatius of Loyola were very similar in that they believed that their faith guided peaceful action, and peaceful action is how you literally change the world. So at the end of the day, what makes these two men very similar is that they believed in love for one another, love for man, service to one another, and leadership that is peaceful, that is possible to change the world. Very cool. We're going to honor a man, and just a thought process. Martin Luther King's mission wasn't a lot different than the mission of being a Loyola student, that you look for God in all things, that you're here to be a man and woman for others, and that you take a leadership role. Student engagement is about engagement in the school so you can practice being a leader in our community, and you can be that leader in our community as a faith-based person. So what's faith? Faith's what you do.
Wow, after all these years, MLK still affects so many people. This has been Caroline Wolves.
Thank you, Caroline, for teaching us more about MLK Day.
In other news, the Jesuit Hall has come a long way from the beginning of the year.
Let's go talk to May Graff to get an inside look.
Hey Flyers, you might be wondering where I am, and let me tell you, this is the new residence building. It looks a lot different from freshman year. Anyways, I have a bunch of information for you all about it, so let's just get right into it.
All right, I'm Colin Fontenot with Wheelan, project manager. We are currently renovating the Jesuit Hall building at Loyola. We have demoed out the building and done some remediation. We are currently building it back, installing new walls and HVAC, getting everything prepped in. I've started to do the foundations for the back of the building with new hallway and getting the elevator shaft prepped. We expect to be done for school to move in August.
Hi Flyers, I am standing in the residence hall right now, and now this is our Jesuit Hall, but this would have been where the bathrooms were. You can kind of see the door that people used to come through. All of that is gone now because it's going to be our chapel. And then way far behind me, there's no walls in this place yet. And so the teacher's lounge is going to be in that area. Then the chapel is gonna start and cover all of this space so we can fit like 75 students in the new chapel. Our tutoring sessions can happen in this space. There's gonna be a wall divider in the middle so we can make it a larger space or a smaller space.
This is where my freshman year religion was. It looks a lot different now than it did.
I know it looks so weird with no walls anywhere, but we've got a lot of room we're working with. And what I love is that it's all completely gutted so we can make sense out of this space and truly design it in a way that will be very helpful for us. It's going to include like 12 or 13 classrooms by the time we're done in this building. We're so excited. And
I can't wait till the building is finished. This has been May Graff.
Speaking of building, which team do you think is the best built to win the national championship?
I think Fernando Mendoza will lead Indiana to the national championship this year.
Well, I don't know much about football, but I know who does. Here's Huck Andrews.
Next Monday, the 19th, is a big day for football fans. The College Football Championship. The ranked 10 Miami Hurricanes will take on the ranked 1 Indiana Hoosiers. Let's see what our Loyola students and faculty have to say about it.
I think Indiana's going to win the national championship. They're just a better team, in my opinion. But I think Miami has a better defense, so it's going to be a pretty close game, I think.
I have to go with the Indiana because I just think they're disciplined. They play well. Their O-line is tremendous. But I will say Miami is almost on a mission because they almost got snubbed. I think it's going to be a lot closer game than a lot of people realize.
I think Indiana's going to win because their quarterback is smart and works very hard, and that they're a team of hardworking players.
You know we're going with Indiana. Miami nice this year, but Indiana, they've been smooth all season, so I'm going Indiana all the way.
I think Indiana's going to beat Miami in the national championship.
I agree.
I think Indiana's going to win. They have a very experienced team. I think the average age of their team's like 23. So, I mean, experience wins this time of the year, and they play really good defense, and they run the ball. So defense wins championships.
Personally, I don't have much of a stake in it, but I'm happy to see everyone here so involved. See you next time, Flyers.
It's bittersweet that college football is coming to an end, but I'm ready for our winter sports to dominate.
Yes, I'm so hyped for indoor track season to get started.
Here's Lexi Hendrickson to give us a sports recap.
Hey everyone, welcome back to this week's Sports Report. There have been a lot of exciting action across our sports program, and today we're going to highlight the boys soccer team, one of the top teams in the state. The Flyers got a 5-0 win over Airline last night as they won their third match of the week. Cole Hamilton had 3 goals for the second time this week, and Charlie Garrett and Jack Shepard also scored. The Flyers are now number 3rd in the state power ranking.
So we had a great win at home against Bossier. That puts us in prime position to win our 4th straight district championship here at Loyola. Then the next night we had to play a top 10 team in Calvary Baptist in Division 4. That was a little bit of a trap game that we thought coming off of an emotional high against Bossier. But we did a great job, came out and were dominant in the first half, and we were able to coast to a 5-2 win against Calvary.
This soccer season has been going really well. We just got a big district win over Bossier on Monday. Super excited for playoffs coming up, and hopefully we can get back to state.
The girls soccer team dropped a heartbreaker last night to Bird 1-0. Earlier in the week, they defeated Calvary 4-0 to take over the inside track for the district championship. Their next game is Monday against North DeSoto. Both of the Flyer basketball teams will be in action tonight against Green Oaks in the Loyola gym. Earlier this week, the boys defeated Bird 54-51 for the second time this year. Keller Brown had 15 points and Joe Motwire had 13. District play begins next Friday against Southwood. That's it for this week's Sports Report. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Our winter sports have been on a roll.
And thanks for watching this week's rundown. Hope you'll have a great long weekend.
See you next week, Flyers.